it's a long weekend, so hence we thought we will do the class today rather than giving a holiday. भक्ति से छुट्टी ले ली तो फिर बंदा बहुत पीछे जाता है. If you take a break from a regular person, then it is very very dangerous, because Maya is very dangerous, so it will catch you. Then one day you take a break, then automatically it extends, then you end up taking multiple breaks. So thank you again for coming. Yesterday was a festival. Huh? Wednesday. What was the festival? Does anyone know? It was Lord Vamanadev appearance day. Appearance is birthday. Lord Vamanadev's birthday. So before coming to ISKCON, I never knew anything called as a festival of Lord Vamanadev appearance day. So the only festivals I knew was important festivals. Important in the sense, famous one, Diwali hai, Ganesh ji hai, aisa hai. But the real Lord's appearance day, so when Lord Krishna comes, he sometimes comes himself, like the way he came 5,000 years ago, and sometimes he comes into various avatars through the agency of Vishnu. So Lord Vamanadev is one such avatar. So there are various avatars, and Krishna is avatari. From him everything emanates. So when Krishna comes as into various avatars, then it is for a specific reason, based on time, place, circumstances at that time. Okay. So Krishna came as Vamanadev, and that happened on the tithi of yesterday. So the Vamanadev appearance day. What is another name of Vamanadev? Lord Trivikram. Trivikram. Why say three? Three क्यों? Three मतलब three ना? Why? Because Vamanadev took 3 steps, है ना? How many of you know the story of Vamanadev? Very few know the story of Vamanadev. No problem. So I was thinking that today we will learn about Lord Vamanadev, story of Vamanadev, so that we know when these kinds of appearance day come, then we know how to celebrate them, what to do, how to fast, and the importance of that day. Lord Vamanadev is also known as Trivikrama. Yes, sir. Also there is where is the Drik Panchang? So there is something coming up tomorrow. What is that? I'm just going into the calendar. There is a Vaishnava calendar called Drik Panchang. Or there are other Vaishnava calendars also. So today is 28th, 29th. So today is also Ananta Chaturdashi. What does Ananta Chaturdashi mean? For
Lord
me,
Ganesha is going today.
huh?
Lord Ganesha is going back to his
Yes.
mother.
Ganesh Visarjan is also there today.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you look at the calendar, then you see all of these things. Then tomorrow it says Bhadrapada Purnima. Who all knows the importance of Bhadrapada Purnima?
Shraddha Pakshi starts.
Yes, Bhadrapada Purnima, and then Shraddha also starts tomorrow. What does it say there? Shraddha Paksha also starts. Pitru Paksha begins on 30th, Saturday. Purnima, Shraddha, it says Bhadrapada Purnima and Vadan. So I was thinking, let us talk about Bhadra Purnima, which is going to come tomorrow, and then also a little bit about the Shraddha Paksha that starts, and then little bit about Vamanadev. So together we will see what are the significance of these things, because until we don't understand these things, then we will just take it as one more day in our life, and then we will lose that important opportunity of doing something valuable for ourselves, and then life will just keep on passing away. So Bhadra Purnima. Maybe Tapan Dada, could you read this one? Purnima.
Purnima is considered the most auspicious day in the Hindu calendar. It is regarded as the regarded as the most sacred and fruitful day. Generally, every Purnima has some importance, but the Purnima falls on Bhadrapada month is most significant. Its great reason is from its Purnima Shraddha, Shraddha Paksha, also known as Pitra Paksha, starts its on the moon of Ashwin. On this day, in few parts of India, Ganesh Utsav comes to an end, and on the other end, Shraddha Paksha begins.
Thank you. You can switch off the mic and just keep it there. So Bhadra Purnima is starting tomorrow, and it says Shraddha Paksha also begins. So it is important to understand what does that Shraddha Paksha significance. We will just understand, so that from tomorrow on, if you desire, then you can do certain things. Okay. So when we take birth in this material world, there are 5 types of death. Debt मतलब ऋण. जब भी हम पैदा होते हैं इस दुनिया में, तो हमारे ऊपर 5 तरह का ऋण होता है. 5 types of debt. कौन सा ऋण है? So we will see these ऋण्स. Okay. तो पहला ऋण होता है ऋषियों का. ऋषि जो सेंट्स जो है, वाई ऋषि? क्योंकि उन्होंने वैदिक स्क्रिप्चर्स लिखे हैं हमारे लिए. जो सारे वेद है, पुराण है. So the rishis, so there is a debt of rishis because they have given us all the scriptures. Okay, so you are noting down. First one is rishi. Then second one is pitrus, parents and our ancestors. Okay, parents and ancestors. So this is where the Shraddha Paksha comes into picture. हमारे पूर्वज, forefathers. Okay, so that is the second ring. What was the first ring? Rishis, Rishigan. Okay. Second one is Pitru, forefathers. Third one is Devi Devtaओं का, celestials and God. Devi Devtaओं का. Fourth one is living beings, मतलब अन्य भूत गण. Okay. And fifth one is other human beings. Okay, so we'll just elaborate a little bit on each one. Okay, so you may note this down. Okay, 5 debts है. All of us, there is no exception. कि ऐसा नहीं कि इसको नहीं है, इसको 2 ही लोग का है, कि इसका कोई माँ बाप है नहीं तो इसको debt है नहीं for fathers. ऐसा नहीं है. These 5 debts are applicable to all. No one can escape. Okay, we have to pay this. So when we came into this world, we did not have any knowledge about our shastras. So all this credit goes to the rishis. Because उन्होंने अगर वेद शास्त्र लिखे नहीं होते, if like for instance Srila Vyasdev was not to write Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, then we would not have known. So there is a debt on us for Rishigan. So we are indebted to these teachers and scriptures, and in this life we have to clear this debt. Debt है बढ़ाना नहीं है ना, अपने को चुकता करना है. We have to pay back this debt somehow or the other. How to pay back we will see in course of time here. Second is debt to our pitrus. Pitrus मतलब ancestors, parents. So why what kind of debt we have from our pitrus? कौन बताएगा कि any guesses कि our ancestors से कौन सा debt है हमारे ऊपर? हम तो खुद कमा रहे हैं ना अभी, तो कौन सा डेट है ऐसा? हाँ, कर्मा डेट इन अ गुड वे ना. हमारे ऊपर जो ऋण है हमको चुकाना है, उन्होंने कुछ हमारे लिए किया है. So yeah, I mean we came into that lineage, if you so like, है ना. So there are that is a process. Okay. But what kind of ring we have? So for instance, we are born in a certain family, then we inherit that property. For instance, my father I may have inherited some property from my father. My father may have done something on his own, but he also started from somewhere. So his grandfather may have given. Now, when my grandfather came, he did not came with the property in his hand. He इनहेरिटेड, तो वो जो lineage है forefather से कुछ ना कुछ हमें संस्कार मिल रहे हैं. There are various things, not only property, but there are various things that come to us from our forefathers. Okay, so that rin is there on all of us. Okay, good things as well as bad things, everything will come. And the third rin is for of the Devi Devta. So for instance, we are breathing because Vayu Dev is giving air. We are getting light because Surya Dev is giving a light. So Varun Dev hai, Vayu Dev hai, Agni Dev is giving us fire. So many things we have taken for granted. फ्री में है ना हवा तो, बट फ्री में नहीं है हवा, हमको तो ऋण चुकाना है. That is where scriptures come into picture, where sometimes we think everything is free. No, it is not free. You are breathing, but then you have to pay that debt. Okay, so we are indebted to these so many Devi Devtas who are doing various things. Okay, and the fourth thing is debt to other living beings. Okay, for instance, we get a milk from cow. Okay, दही जमाने के लिए क्या करना पड़ता है? What do we do to form curd? हाँ, we have to add some lemon, some virgin, क्या बोलते मराठी में उसको बोलते हैं कि some microorganisms to ferment the milk. वो हाँ
जामन मतलब खट्टा है जामन.
हाँ, तो जो some microorganism to ferment the milk ना, दही ऐसा जमता नहीं. तो वो microorganisms तो we cannot see them, but they have worked to create that curd, and then you are eating that curd. So indirectly you are indebted to those microorganisms. Lactobacillus, the perfect technical term for this. Lactobacillus, yes. So by the way, when Vaishnavas do curd, we do it at home, or if we are buying from the market, then we have to take curd which is suitable for vegetarians. Okay, so sometimes that lactobacillus can come from various sources, including beef and cow intestine and things like that. It could be done from various things. So we have to take curd which is suitable for vegetarians. Okay, so there are vegetarian ways of also getting those microorganisms. Okay, anyway, so then we use flowers, plants for so many things. So we are indebted to other living beings. Okay, and then the last one is debt to human beings. Now so many people may have helped us. So many people have helped us in one or the other way. किसी ना किसी का तो ऋण है हमारे पे. So we need to clear all these debts. Okay, so now today we are focusing on that second debt, because from tomorrow that Pitru Paksha is starting. Okay, so we'll just see how to clear these debts. To clear this debt we have to perform yajnas, sacrifices. यज्ञ मतलब क्या? Sacrifice होता है. वो हवन कुंड होता है ना ऐसा. when I say यज्ञ, earlier I used to think यज्ञ मतलब कि ऐसा वो स्क्वायर होता है, उसके अंदर लकड़ा वगैरह होता है, wood, and then there is a fire, and then some priests are sitting aside, all the fort, and then they are chanting some mantras. So correct, that is yajna, but that is not the only form of yajna. Yajnas can be done in various forms, and we will see today. So the first one is called the Brahma Yajna or the Gyan Yajna. The first debt कौन सा था? ऋषि और इसका. We got the knowledge from them, ना. So we learned about Brahman, Supreme Person, Krishna from so many, unless they teach us, then we could not have figured it out. So can somebody read the second paragraph? Can you read the read the second paragraph? So we should help
these sources of knowledge backed by any means. Example, you can learn and spread these great knowledge about Brahman, and Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. If you are busy or not able to spread them, you can help those who are spreading these knowledge of scriptures through encouragement, resources, etc. By doing so, you are also taking part in spreading the knowledge of scriptures to so many people. This is called Brahma Yajna or Jnana Yajna.
Thank you. So as I said, yajna is not only that Havan Kunda with this Om, Swaha. Okay, yajna can be done in various other ways. So for instance, we can distribute knowledge. Okay, So that is why this class, many people wanted to distribute this knowledge. So we formed a team. Various people are doing various things. Some people are cooking, some people are doing video recording, some people have managed, got few things for speaker and this and that, and some people have given their house, and some people are doing other things. Some people are giving donation, etc., etc., because they want to spread this knowledge. So this is a yajna. This is a yajna that we are doing. By doing this, you and me are eliminating the debt number 1, Rishi Yajna. Okay. Pitru Yajna. Okay. So maybe somebody can read that. Read. Second. Pitru Yajna. How to do that?
Just by taking care of your parents and performing rituals for the deceased parents and grandparents, we can clear the debts for our Pitrus, ancestors.
Yes. And third one also you read.
Deva Yajna. By performing the recommended rituals, targeting the celestial, including our family god, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we can clear the debts for the Devas and God.
Okay. Alright. So अभी जो पितृ यज्ञ है, thank you. पितृ यज्ञ जो है, so what it is said, by performing rituals for the deceased parents, grandparents, forefathers. Okay. So what happens is when a person dies, okay, he has to go through a certain journey, okay, and then there is something called as Pitralok, okay. So then sometimes our ancestors are in Pitralok. They are awaiting decision about their next life, what is to happen, whether they are going to heaven, whether they are going to hell, what kind of body they are going to get, things. Sometimes it is a waiting period, okay, before the next decision is taken. So they are in Pitralok. Sometimes our ancestors may have already got another birth. Sometimes some of the ancestors may be suffering in hell. Okay. So there are various things that could happen. Okay. And we have so many ancestors. Na? Dada hai, Pardada hai, Pardada ke Dada hai. The link is on. There is something in Australia called as some ancestry. And they can say if you put your name and all, then they will determine your ancestry. Why? Because they think Australia was a land of immigrants kind of thing. Na? Somebody came from Britain, some criminals were sent from Britain here and then, so they are figuring out the ancestry कि कौन कहाँ से आया, है ना? But in our case, our ancestry is not just figuring out last 2-3 generations कहाँ पे. So we have a huge lineage. That is why we have something called as Gotra. Okay. So when you in certain villages, when you go and you give your name, and when you go to Gotra, for instance, in my case, if I go to Nasik or somewhere, then there are some special Brahmins there. They have their old book.
Yeah.
So if you go to that, Haridwar also,
Just
yes.
tell your name. They will. We went for my husband's.
सर मैं गया था हरिद्वार और पेवा में तो है
हाँ,
हरिद्वार में मेन है वैसे.
कितने लोग आए थे, कब से आए थे, कहाँ से आए थे, 5 generations थे.
हाँ, पिछले 5 generations.
8 जनरेशन तक का मैं लेके आया. हर गोत्र का अपना अपना पंडित है, तो आप दिखा सकते हो.
Correct.
Legacy is coming out.
और
Yes.
यहाँ तक कि उसने मुझे बताया था ताम्रपत्र तक का भी घर में अगर आ जाए तो दिखा देंगे रिकॉर्ड.
Wow. So see, so this information, yeah. So why are these people existing? उनको कोई काम धंधा नहीं है कि हर एक का तुम्हारा बाप पर तुम्हारा और सबका नाम लिखते बैठे. Because there is a reason. They know that you need to know, because when you then perform that Shraddha ceremony, then you need to know, because when you perform that Shraddha, that Brahmin, that priest who is doing, he will ask you, गोत्र क्या है आपका? अच्छा, किसके लिए श्राद्ध कर रहे हैं? अच्छा, दादाजी के लिए. क्या नाम है दादाजी का? दादाजी के पिताजी का क्या नाम है? He will ask you all these things, because when that Shraddha ceremony is performed, they will invoke certain mantras, and then they will say this Shraddha is done for this specific person.
One thing, Shraddha, we are doing Shraddha. This word is being derived from Shraddha. This is Shraddha. What we are doing, whether we are preaching, we are doing with Shraddha. That is why it is called Shraddha.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. So, Shraddha. So, it is a ceremony, okay? So, ceremony, when we do, there are certain rituals. Now, should we do this? Should we not do this? That is a question. Many people, when we are in the 21st century, okay, so we think we may not need, क्योंकि हम लोग भी advance हो गया है, अब electric car आ गया है, so we don't need to do any such things. But then when we read scriptures, we understand that these things are required. So when a Shraddha is done, then they will ask you all these things, and that is why you need to know your ancestry. Okay. So what happens when a Shraddha is done? The offerings or the oblations that we give, हम लोग प्रसाद देते हैं, food देते हैं. So when a Vaishnava does a Shraddha, then the Shraddha is done by invoking Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna. A bhoga is given, and then that prasad, when you offer food to the Lord, that is bhoga. After the food is offered to the Lord, that the bhoga becomes prasad. Now that prasad is then given to फोटो का फोटो है होगा, तो दादा दादी का श्राद्ध जो भी चल रहा है उनका फोटो रखेंगे, then वो प्रसाद फिर उनको ऑफर करेंगे. विष्णु प्रसाद then you get relieved of so many. So that is the correct way of doing a shraddha, by taking the Lord name. There are various ways when we can do this very. The best way is to stand the holy names of the Lord. आप एक भगवान का नाम चैन करके you can donate those names, the fal of that name, Falashruti, to your ancestors. The moment you do that, then wherever they are, they will get relief from their current situation. So it is said somewhere that if your forefather is in a human birth, okay, somewhere they've already taken birth, then they will get, suddenly they will get some profit, some monetary benefit. Suddenly something happens, उनको लगे लॉटरी लग गया, लक की हो गया, there is nothing called as luck. Maybe तुम्हारे किसी ancestor ने कुछ यज्ञ किया था and you got the benefit. So you must understand that nothing called as luck. It is all based on your karma, and then it is all based on your descendants. Okay, you all have descendants from our previous life. You have been taking blood for one after another, right? So being sheltered. So somewhere some other descendant may have done something, so we could get some benefit out of it. So if we are in human birth, we may get some monetary benefit, the promotion of the kuch ho gaya वैसे. If somebody is an animal birth, then they will get suddenly lots of food from him. That is how it is a complex, but we still need to know. Now, when Prabhu Shri Ramchandra was in Vanvas, when his father Dasharatha passed away, then he also did Shraddha ceremony in the past. So when the mantras were chanted, then Dasharatha Maharaj also came to the Shraddha in whatever body he came. And when he came, then Sita Devi was also there. She saw him, and she immediately went away from her. Sita Devi वहाँ से गायब हो गई. श्राद्ध खत्म होने के बाद आया. After the entire Shraddha ceremony was over, then she came and Shri Ramchandra asked, what happened? And she said that I saw this part of the Shraddha. He came. And he has always seen me in palatial clothes. I'm like a queen, princess. But now in this Vanvas, I'm wearing, all these of a mendicant. सादा कपड़ा पहना है. And then what am I giving in the Shraddha? Kandamul I am giving. So I just could not see that, and that is why I just went away from there. So Prabhu Shri Ramchandra also did Shraddha ceremony. So हम लोग कौन है? So we should also do. Now it is said in the scriptures that if we are completely dedicated to Lord Krishna, if we are chanting his names day in and out, complete surrender अगर है भगवान कृष्ण को, then we don't need to do any of these things and we are relieved from all of these debts. But complete surrender. Complete surrender. Are we at the stage of complete surrender? That I will leave to individual of you. You don't need to answer. Okay, you have to think whether you are at that stage. So from what we understand is we are practicing Vaishnavas. We are practicing certain things. When the doctor is running anywhere, you are practicing doctor. When he on his card he will say, I am practicing. He will never say ये आ गया, कितना भी बड़ा हो ना, मेरा प्रैक्टिस चल रहा है, इधर भी करता हूँ, इधर भी करता हूँ, प्रैक्टिसिंग. So we are practicing Vaishnava, okay? But we must have full faith on the holy name, okay? But till the time we don't have that developed that stage, we must do these certain rituals, okay? And the best way to do this is, especially from tomorrow onwards, is chant the holy names. Mahamantra jap kare, and then donate that round. Let's say you are chanting 5 rounds for your grandfather, 5 rounds for your grandmother, or generally, if you don't know their name, then you can generally chant a certain amount of rounds for all of your ancestors, and then you can donate. You can donate the phala of that, phalashruti of that thing to your ancestors. That way, what will happen? You will get free of your debt. ऋण है ना हमारे पे, वो ऋण से हम वो हो जाएंगे. Till the time we don't clear these debts, we can't escape from this world. We cannot do anything. We have to do this. Okay. So and that is why I thought I will discuss a bit on this part, so that Shraddha Paksha starts tomorrow. Deva Yajna also. Last time when we were talking about demigods, we discussed that if we worship Lord Krishna, then he says in Bhagavad Gita that indirectly all the other parts. So it's like we took an example, right? That if we pour water on the root of a tree, then the entire tree flourishes, है ना? एक क्या बोलते हैं इसको, ब्रांच को, एक टहनी को थोड़ी पानी डालते हैं हम तो रूट्स पे डालते हैं ना पानी. Then the entire tree flourishes. So Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that if you worship me, all the Devi Devatas will be satisfied. Okay. So when we do yajna for Krishna, then everyone will, then that debt will also be cleared. And how do we do yajna in this age of Kali? The yajna is by chanting the holy names of the Lord. Okay, if you do that square yajna, that what we call, if you do that yajna with the fire sacrifice and all, now there are so many impurities in it. वो ब्राह्मण भी बराबर मंत्र उच्चारण कर रहा है कि नहीं, वो पता नहीं है. Once there was a Brahmana who was called, it happened in one of our devotee circle. So this Brahmana was called for a marriage ceremony and he was chanting the mantras, and one of the devotees knew all the mantras. So बोलते हैं तू मरने वक्त जो मरते वक्त जो मंत्र चालू कर रहा है वो तो chant कर रहा है. And oh sorry, I got confused. Yesterday only I went for a death ceremony. मैं उसी मोड में था. Sorry, I will do it again. Okay. So you don't know what the mantra is chanting, right? And you are just sitting there. सब अच्छा. Om टिक्का लगा दूँगा. Om. So the best way is you do that yajna yourself, and the yajna can be done by chanting this holy name of Krishna. Okay. So Pitru yajna we discussed, Deva yajna also we discussed. That when we are doing this Mahamantra chanting in this Kali Yuga, then these debts are cleared. Then there are Bhuta Yajna bhi hai. So Bhuta Yajna means other living entities. There are so many other things we are doing. So as compassionate people, we have to do certain things for other living entities. I remember my grandmother used to do rangoli outside the house, and that rangoli she used to do with rice का powder करके flour करके उससे करती थी. So morning she used to do and we used to see. By evening that rangoli used to go because all the ants and everyone used to come and feed that. So the rangoli is a way to feed other living entities. Then she would keep a water bowl outside, then all that kabutar and everything, sparrow and pigeon and everyone will come and do that. Okay. Then she will also give a roti to the cow. So many things. These are so many things our ancestors used to do, which unfortunately we have stopped. So if we still go back to the villages, then they will, once they cook, then the first roti will go to the cow in the house. Obviously nowadays there is no cow in the house. But yeah, that is the so that way we can clear our debt. Okay. And then क्या था last Nara Yajna, okay? So other human beings. So then we have to be kind to all, and we have to also help others and reciprocate. And that we can do by doing various donations, okay? We can help people, we can give donations and things like that, okay? So that is the importance of the Pitru death that is upcoming tomorrow, from tomorrow onwards. Actually, we can do it whole year around, but then there are certain days when it has more significance, okay? Generally, it is said, now we discussed time, right? Time factor mein, the time in the upper heavenly planets, in the upper planets is different as compared to the time on Earth, okay? So when somebody is there in the upper planetary system, so यहाँ का 1 year, this 1 year that we are on this earth is equal to 1 day there, okay? So in our 1 year, in this particular month from tomorrow onwards, when the Shraddha ceremony comes, and when we offer that Shraddha and Pindadan and other things and that prasad to our ancestor, then in their 1 day they get that food there. Or somebody will ask how the food given here is going there, okay? There are so many questions are there, okay? But it happens. There are certain Devi Devatas that are kept for that, okay? So there is a significance of crow also in this certain thing, okay? That if the crow comes and eats, then somehow the ancestor there is being supplied. So now what happens is, if we don't do this, then our ancestor who is there, he is cursing us. इतना बड़ा के इसको, इसने कुछ नहीं किया मेरे को, हाँ? He is cursing us. So then that is why what happens is, many times people go through hardships, then they get fed up and then they go to the astrologer, and then the astrologer looks at it and says, आपके ऊपर पितृ दोष है. क्यों पितृ दोष है? Because you have not done certain things that you were supposed to do, and then that is why they are cursing, and that curse is very powerful, and then we suffer for it, not knowing क्यों हो रहा है. बट मैनुअल आया था, हमने मैनुअल पढ़ा ही नहीं. भगवद गीता पढ़ते थे तो उसके अंदर भगवान श्री कृष्ण भी बताते हैं अर्जुन इसमें, अर्जुन himself is saying, you know, this Shraddha things come, pinda process also comes in Bhagavad Gita. हम पढ़ते नहीं है. That is why we have this class, okay? So we must do something for our ancestors and clear ourselves of that debt, okay? Let's proceed forward. भद्र पूर्णिमा कल से चालू हो रही है, बहुत ही important चीज है, okay? Now tomorrow there is in Srimad Bhagavatam there is this verse that comes, okay? Third line देखो, हे मसीमा समूतम ददाति यो भागवतम स यति परमम गतिम. फर्स्ट वाली लाइन में बोलते पौर्णमाश्यम, सेकंड वर्ड है फर्स्ट लाइन का, पौर्णमाश्यम. पौर्णमाश्यम मतलब क्या? पौर्णिमा, ओके? पौर्णिमा, फुल मून डे, पौर्णिमा. क्या बोलते हैं कि प्रौथास्तपद्याम, ओके, हेम सिंहा संवितम, ओके? सो ऐसा ये प्रोसेस परफेक्ट आया है कि भाद्रपद मंथ में ये हो रहा है. तो इसका अभी वी विल सी द ट्रांसलेशन. Shruti ji, could you read the translation and somebody can pass the mic to her. So on karo baat.
If on the full moon day of the month of Pārtha, one places Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne and give it as a gift, he will attain the supreme transcendental destination.
So if on the full moon day of the month of Bhadra, which is starting tomorrow, one places Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne and gives it as a gift, he will attain the supreme transcendental destination. क्या लिखा है इसमें? लास्ट में लिखा है ना, परमम गतिम. गतिम मतलब कि you will get liberated. Supreme transcendental destination क्या है? We have seen things. There is, so to come out of this janma mrityu jara vyadi, come out of this chakra of birth, disease, old age, death, okay? To go into to get out of this Brahmanda, because as long as we are in this Brahmanda, we are going to go round and round, chakki piecing. So supreme destination, paramam gatim बोलते हैं. So कल जो भद्र पूर्णिमा आ रही है, भाद्रपद की पूर्णिमा आ रही है, अगर आप श्रीमद् भागवतम आपके घर में ऑल्टर में रखेंगे और उसकी पूजा करेंगे और थोड़ा बहुत उसका पेजेस पढ़ेंगे तो यू बिकम क्वालिफाइड फॉर परमम गतिम. इट इज गिवन इन श्रीमद् भागवतम, स्क्रिप्चर्स में दिया हुआ है. बहुत अच्छा अपॉर्चुनिटी है कल, एक्सेलेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी टू लिबरेट योरसेल्फ. इतना इजीली हो सकता है? हाँ हो सकता है. स्क्रिप्चर में लिखा है तुम्हारे में अगर श्रद्धा है, ये जो माता जी बोलते हैं श्रद्धा, फेथ, वो अगर है तो हो सकता है. जब गंगा में डुबकी लगाते हैं, श्रद्धा के साथ अगर डुबकी लगाते हैं तो गंगा जी में वो पावर है कि हमारे सारे पाप ले लें. इट इज देयर, इट इज पॉसिबल. सो बाय फेथ इफ वी डू दिस देन एवरीथिंग इज पॉसिबल. सो श्रीमद् भागवतम अभी आपके घर में होना भी तो चाहिए. अभी देखो मैंने आज बहुत काम किया. मैंने क्या किया, शाम को मैं मंदिर में गया और मैं फिर कुछ बुक्स लेके आया हूँ यहाँ पे. अभी मेरे गाड़ी में श्रीमद् भागवतम का एक गुजराती सेट पड़ा है, एक तेलुगु सेट है. ईच सेट इज 15 kgs. So today I was carrying like 50 kgs. I somehow put it in the car and I did not have the strength to get it inside here. So it is in my car. हिंदी का एक भागवतम सेट है, एक तेलुगु है और एक गुजराती है, और इंग्लिश के सेट मैं ले सकता हूँ. ओके, बट टुडे इफ एनीवन वांट्स एनी ऑफ दीज 3 sets they can take it home right from me and tomorrow morning you put it in your altar and you worship and you read it. Okay, is there anyone who wants any of these? One is Gujarati, English, Telugu. You want Telugu? हिंदी? हिंदी एक ही. अच्छा मैंने तो सेट तो ले लिया. ठीक है, अभी आई मस्ट क्लैरिफाई ना कि कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है. वो गतिम सुप्रतिम चाहिए तो रोकड़ा भी निकालना पड़ेगा. वो दैट सेट इज जनरली फॉर $500 for the entire set, but it is discounted to $300. Okay, for this period, because it is a time when we want to distribute this knowledge and we want to do that. Okay, so who can take that thing? Who wants English and who wants Hindi? Because I don't want to take that one. गोल्डी प्रभु, आप नाम लिखे भैया. कौन?
मेरा नाम लिखे भाई.
हाँ, आप थोड़ा सा उसको करें ना कुछ. कौन तो इसको? हाँ ओके, यू कैन राइट. यस माता जी, परफेक्ट. हिंदी कौन है?
एक गुरु जी के मेरे पास है.
हाँ, हिंदी किसको चाहिए?
हिंदी चाहिए था पर वो कह रही है तुम्हारे पास है.
पूरा सेट है ना? पूरा सेट नहीं है. अरे पूरा सेट है. आधा तो नहीं जा पाएंगे ना? नहीं, मैं मजाक कर रहा हूँ. इफ यू वांट दैट्स ओके, दैट्स फाइन. आई एम नॉट फोर्सिंग, दैट्स फाइन.
एक बुक में और पूरे सेट में
पूरे सेट में.
हाँ, वही मैं पूछ रही हूँ ना, एक बुक में और पूरे सेट में क्या फर्क है?
हाँ, एक छोटा बुक होता है तो उसके अंदर पहला चैप्टर होगा. जैसे भगवद गीता, अगर सपोज किसी ने ना कि पहला अध्याय का आप लेके बैठ गए, भगवद गीता मेरे पास है, पहला अध्याय है. अभी कोई पूछेगा भगवद गीता मेरे पास है, हाँ आंसर है, सही है ना आपके पास, बट क्या संपूर्ण है? नहीं, आपके पास पहला ही अध्याय है, बाकी 17 अध्याय भी है. हाँ, तो लेना तो पूरा नहीं लेना, पूरा लेना है. उस सेट को पूरा मंदिर में रखना है, उसकी पूरी प्रॉपर इससे पूजा करनी है, फूल चढ़ाना है, फिर उसमें से पहला बुक निकाल के उसको थोड़ा पढ़ना है. फिर आपके घर में जब भी आप ये स्टार्ट करोगे तो धीरे धीरे पढ़ते जाओगे आगे. हाँ, बिकॉज एज हिंदूज वी नीड टू हैव दिस स्क्रिप्चर. भगवद गीता और श्रीमद् भागवतम अपने घर में होना ही चाहिए. अभी नहीं रखेंगे तो बच्चों को भी पता नहीं चलेगा कि भगवद भागवतम तुम क्या बोलते हो, 18 वॉल्यूम का है, 12 वॉल्यूम का है, एक ही बुक का होता है. बट बिकॉज यू डिड नॉट टेल दैम. ओके, ऑलराइट. एंड देन अभी क्या है, आई हैव गॉट इंग्लिश श्रुति का नाम लिख देना. So I have got, what I have done is for you tomorrow, because I could not get so many sets. So I have this, the first book जो श्रीमद् भागवतम का है, इसमें 7-8 copies है. You can at least take this book as a token for tomorrow, so that you can have something to worship and you can start reading this book at least, और अपना चालू कर सकते हो, and then your set will come in the next week. Okay, ठीक है. So that is one way I have got these books here. तो ये श्रीमद् भागवतम जो इंग्लिश वाला है ये इधर है. So temporarily you can, but you have to pay the full amount, and the remaining books you can collect later. Okay. ये है ना, एक चैप्टर नहीं है. श्रीमद् भागवतम इज मेड अप ऑफ 12 कैंटो. जैसे 12 बड़े बड़े होते हैं कैंटो, इनके श्रीमद् भागवतम का कैंटो निकाल के लेके आओ प्लीज उधर से. हाँ, एक कोई भी सबसे फैट किताब है ना वो श्रीमद् भागवतम, वो लेके आओ. इसके अंदर लिखा है फर्स्ट कैंटो चैप्टर्स 1 to 8. ओके, दिस इज अ स्मॉल वन. ओके, तो स्मॉल वन में होता है ताकि लोग थोड़ा आते जाते पढ़े. ऐसा बड़ा बुक है, 15 kg होगा माता जी वो. हाँ, तो माता यू डिसाइड, नो प्रॉब्लम, यू डिसाइड, डोंट वरी. हाँ, so guys, I'm not here to sell books. That is not my duty. But out of true compassion, I want you all to get started because somebody did this for me. Okay, and then so for example, this is Srimad Bhagavatam. This is 10th canto. 10th canto का part 4 लिखा है. मतलब 10th canto still has part 3 भी है. ऐसा तो 3 और बुक्स होंगे ऐसे. तो ऐसे 20 या 21 ऐसे बुक्स होंगे. Okay, if you read every day 41 pages, then it is said that you can complete it in 1.5 years. कुछ तो है calculation. There is an app for that. Okay, that if you put the number of pages, let's say you want to read 10 pages, then it will tell that if you read at the rate of 10 pages every day, then you will need so many years. Okay, so generally I am studying Srimad Bhagavatam now with my wife, and we are enrolled in a class. हम लोग proper भक्ति वैभव करके class है. Srila Prabhupada ने he took it very seriously. And he said, all my students should study the scriptures scrutinizingly. So then he created courses, Bhakti Shastri, then Bhakti Vaibhav. Bhakti Vaibhav matlab ki first 6 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam. Then Bhakti Vedanta means 7 to leke 12 tak Bhakti Vedanta course. So we are doing Bhakti Vaibhav. We are in the right now studying the second canto. Okay. You enroll through the temple. There are other links that we can send. There are some prerequisites for it. So but yes. So for Bhakti Vedanta, directly you can't enroll to PhD na. For example, I'm saying directly you can't enroll to PhD na. So then you have to say कि कोई बोलेगा भाई कि you first do your basic, you do BCom, you do BSc, you do then you do something ऐसा करके. It's a progressive thing. There is a chart given. So this is the original ये. ठीक है? This is just one part. Okay. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. सो ऐसे 18-20 बुक होंगे. ऐसे 18-20 बुक होंगे. हिंदी का मेरे अभी गाड़ी में पड़ा हुआ है. ये ले लो भाई, इसको वापस रख दो. गुजराती किसको चाहिए? मेरी गाड़ी में है. एनीवन नीड्स गुजराती, लेट मी नो. नो प्रॉब्लम. ओके, विल प्रोसीड. सो ओके, I'm just going to Okay, I'm just going to show this. This is from yesterday. This is a student. He came to know about this thing last year or something, but he did not have money. So he collected money continuously and then he bought the full set. थोड़ा पैसा बचा के $300 जमा किए. जब डिस्काउंट चालू हो गया, $500 था तो डिस्काउंट चालू हो गया तो किया. This is another family who have recently taken this book. And then there is this wonderful couple from our temple. They bought a new house recently, और new house में पहला सबसे चीज जाके भागवतम जाके they have kept it there. Okay, so it is important as Hindus we should know that श्रीमद् भागवतम कल के भद्र पूर्णिमा के दिन में इसका पूजा करना चाहिए प्रॉपर्ली. जैसे दिवाली में लक्ष्मी धन की पूजा करते, ये सबसे बड़ा धन है. इसकी पूजा करे, बच्चों को भी दे और फिर पूजा करने के बाद थोड़ा पन्ना पढ़े उसका. हाँ, यू मस्ट रीड. ओके, ऑल राइट. This is all. Okay. Now let's talk about
Prabhuji,
yes.
We pay directly to you, pay ID.
How
we pay?
Correct. Good question. Pay ID.
To you.
Pay ID to me. My number is 040-156-0472. So please directly pay ID to me because I have to report to the temple that so that they can put it in their list. You have taken Telugu, yeah? Okay. Have you please take it from my car? Huh?
Yeah.
You want one more Telugu? Yeah, I'll give it to you tomorrow. You pay tomorrow. I will give it to you. Okay. Tomorrow only you have to give. Take. Or today you can take this and then you can collect the Telugu set. When are you coming next to the temple? Saturday, na? You take this, keep this with you, and tomorrow you worship this. You get started. Then you take that set and you return this to me. Okay? Otherwise I will forget ki kaun sa book idhar hai. That debt will be on me then, because I have taken it from the temple. Okay. Bali Maharaj. Who knows about who is the father of Bali Maharaj? You are close, but father nahi hai. Okay. But हाँ माता, you are right. You are right in the sense that lineage में आप आ गए. So okay, उल्टा जाते हैं. Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha we know. Two brothers. कौन थे? असुर थे. They are demons. Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Hiranyakashipu we just sang the prayer ना. Prayer में भी Hiranyakashipu Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanudinga Keshavadrita है ना. तो Hiranyakashipu. Such glorious activities उसने किया. Glorious मतलब कि he was against the Lord, but still the Lord has glorified him by including it in his arti. Okay, because when we take the name of Hiranyakashipu, we also take the name of Prahlad. So Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, two brothers, both were against demigods or against Vishnu. Okay, Hiranyakashipu had a son called Prahlad. Okay, Narasimhadev came to save Prahlad, okay, or to glorify Prahlad. So every time the Lord comes, he comes to glorify his devotees. So as Narasimhadev, he came to glorify Prahlad, okay. As when Krishna came, he came to glorify all the gopis and all the Brajavasis who were there, okay. I say. So so Hiranyakashipu's son was Prahlad. Prahlad's son was Virochan and Virochan's son was Bali. ठीक है? तो ये सारे असुर इसमें हैं. Okay? They are all in the Asur family. So it so happens that देवी देवताओं में देवी देवता नहीं देवताओं और असुर में between the demigods and demons there is always a fight. इंद्र कहाँ रहते हैं? स्वर्ग में. उनका कैपिटल है अमरावती. ओके, अमरावती इज द कैपिटल, ओके, ऑफ इंद्र. सो इंद्र वहां रहते हैं. एंड देन सो वन टाइम व्हाट हैपेंड, इंद्र वाज सिटिंग इन अमरावती इन हिज कैपिटल एंड ऑल द अप्सरास एंड मेनकास वर ऑल डांसिंग एंड यू नो थिंग्स. एंड देन हिज गुरु केम. देवताओं के गुरु कौन है? बृहस्पति. बृहस्पति, यस, हिज गुरु केम. But Indra was in his pride, everyone dancing and I am the king of heaven. So that pride came in. So when the Guru came in, he did not stand up or did not pay any namaskarams or do anything. It is a very dangerous thing. So lesson 1, we have to respect our teachers. We have to respect Guru. Okay. Now, I just noticed, last time we learned Vaishnava Pranam. What did we learn? That when we enter a temple, what the first thing we do? Vaishnava Pranam. When we enter any gathering, what should we do? Vaishnava Pranam. So I came and I did Vaishnava Pranam. When you all came, did anyone do Vaishnava Pranam? When I did Vaishnava Pranam, did anyone reciprocate? No. So lesson number 1, you do Pranam. If somebody does namaskar to you, what do? You return the namaskar, right? So when somebody does a Vaishnava Pranam, you reciprocate. Okay. So as a teacher, I have to tell you this. Yeah, it is not that I want that respect, but it is a common thing that when you come into Vaishnava facility, when you have to do Vaishnava Pranam to all the Vaishnavas, and then you have to chant the mantra in your mind. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. So Indra did not did this. Brihaspati came. So Brihaspati, he went away from there and he cursed. Indra, you will lose everything. You will become poverty stricken. So much was the power of that Guru. Indra lost everything. The demons, asuras, they conquered Amravati. So Indra lost everything. सब हो गया. Okay. अभी इंद्र दर दर भटक रहा है इधर उधर. So lesson number 1, must respect your spiritual master. Must respect your teachers. Okay. Now Bali Maharaj, he was doing various yajnas under the guidance of his spiritual master, who is Shukracharya. Demons का master है Shukracharya. So Bali Maharaj is doing under the guidance of Shukracharya, and he is keeping Shukracharya extremely happy. As a guru, is giving complete respect to him, and Shukracharya is so happy on him. He invites the priests from the Bhrigu dynasty to chant the mantras and to do that. He is doing Shomedh Yagyas. Because Shukracharya tells Bali that, Bali, if you want to conquer this entire planet, then you must do various yagyas. Okay. And then he invites these priests from the Bhrigu dynasty to get it. And Bali also gives them all full respect. And the Bhrigu dynasty priests, when they do this yagya, they also wholeheartedly give him blessings that Indra, may you successful, may you prosper. Indrani, kaun? Bali, may you prosper. Okay. So Bali Maharaj gets all those blessings. So when you, lesson number 2, when you give respect to Brahmanas, Bhrigu dynasty, when you give respect to your spiritual master, you get their blessings. With that blessings, impossible things will happen. Okay. And so every time the demigods used to defeat these demons, but because of Bali's blessings power, Bali got so much stage, Bali got so much energy and so much, he became so much powerful that he could easily conquer Amravati, Indra, Lord Planet, and then he became the king there. Now Indra and everyone had to retreat. सब invisible हो गए, गायब हो गए वहां से. Okay. And then what did they do? दर दर भटक रहे हैं. Suddenly, can you imagine if someone was to take your house away, then what will you do? You will come on the street. This is what happened with Indra. So Indra and Indra's wife, the demigod's wife, the demigod's mother. कौन है mother? Demigod की mother कौन है? Indra की mother कौन है? Aditi. There are two ladies, Aditi and Diti. Okay. So Aditi. So Indra की mother Aditi. She could not see this. Okay. She was like, oh God, मेरे बेटों को क्या हो गया? हाँ? कि she is trying to help. अभी माँ है. She wants to help. So who does she go to help, to ask for? Her husband. Husband is कौन? Kashyap Muni. Husband is कौन? You still with me? हाँ, घूम तो नहीं गया. So husband, because then you can tell this story to your kids, and then they will know who is Bali and why we should celebrate Vamanadev appearance day. तो husband कौन है? कश्यप. Now कश्यप मुनि मुनि है, वो भगवान पे ध्यान लगाते रहते हैं. So at a time when he goes into meditation for years. So when Aditi wanted to talk to him, he was in meditation. बहुत सालों के बाद फिर तब से बाहर आए. He came out and then he says, Aditi, you look very disturbed. What happened? And then she tells that this is what happened. And Indra, our सारे बच्चे हमारे रोड पे आ गए. Please help. And then Kashyap Muni tells her that okay, I'm going to give you a special vrata. एक आपको स्पेशल व्रत करना पड़ेगा. जैसे अनेक व्रत रखते हैं, तो अदिति को स्पेशल व्रत बताते हैं. 12 days का व्रत, इसको बोलते हैं पयोव्रता. So when you see our calendar, Hindu calendar, then somewhere where it will say पयोव्रत begins or ऐसा कुछ तो दिखा रहेगा. Then you can see that, व्रता, विजय व्रता. Anyway, so पयोव्रता व्रत. So Aditi does this पयोव्रता व्रत very religiously. It is a very strict व्रता. You have to do certain things. You can't think about certain things and ऐसा वैसा बहुत होता है. तो वो किया उसने. And then Lord Vishnu gave darshan. And Lord Vishnu gave darshan. And then we all know Lord Vishnu is equal to Lord Krishna. Okay, we did that. So Lord Vishnu gave darshan, and then Lord Vishnu told Aditi that okay, I know why you are doing this vrata. I will personally come for your son's rescue. I will personally come and help all the demigods to gain back their lost kingdom. And then Lord Vishnu instructs that I will come in the form of your son. And then this is how Lord Vamanadev comes into picture. So Vamanadev के so called माता पिता कौन है? कश्यप और Aditi. So now when Lord Vamanadev came, he came into 400 form. शंख चक्र गदा पुष्प. भगवान है ना, भगवान ऐसा नॉर्मल डिलीवरी प्रोसेस से नहीं आते. भगवान आते हैं डायरेक्ट हार्ट टू हार्ट ट्रांसप्लांट, ऐसा होता है, डायरेक्ट हृदय से आके 400 फॉर्म में आए. एंड देन ही सेड आई एम हियर, मैं सब देख लूंगा. एंड देन ही चेंज्ड हिमसेल्फ इनटू अ ड्वार्फ फॉर्म. ड्वार्फ को क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में? बोना. हाँ, बोना इसमें है. क्या बोले? बोना ही बोले. हाँ, बोना. हाँ, एक शॉर्ट पर्सन बट अ फुल्ली ग्रोन अप पर्सन. ऐसे छोटे बच्चे के रूप में नहीं आया कि 4-10-15 साल धीरे धीरे बड़े हो गया, ऐसा नहीं आया. राइट फ्रॉम दैट वेरी सेकेंड ही वॉज वामनदेव ओनली. ओके. So then so many demigods and others came and to see this, take this darshan, and many demigods gave certain things here. I'm just checking कि क्या है. So दिया उनको. So for instance, Lord Brahma gave him the kamandalu, water pot. Goddess Parvati gave him the first arms. क्योंकि वो ब्राह्मण रूप में आया ना, भिक्षा मांगने आए. तो पहली भिक्षा जो है पार्वती देवी ने दी उनको. डियर स्किन, को किसी ने डियर स्किन दिया उनको, डियर स्किन पहनते थे. किसी ने रुद्राक्ष बीड्स दिया. ऐसे तो डिफरेंट डेमिगॉड्स गिव डिफरेंट थिंग्स टू हिम. ऐसे और बलि महाराज वहाँ पे अश्वमेध वो यज्ञ कर रहे हैं वहाँ पे. So Vamanadev went to that yajna sthal, okay, and then he asked Bali Maharaj. So when he went to that yajna sthal where Bali Maharaj was doing that yajna, उतना तेज था ना उनका कि बलि महाराज जी देखते रहे कौन आया ये तेजस्वी बालक कौन है. He came with that छतरी, okay, and then he said ये तेजस्वी बालक कौन है. And then पूरा ऐसा सन का जैसा तेज होता है ना वैसा आ रहा था उनके से. तो बलि महाराज immediately got up and he went to this brahmana and he made him sit and he washed his feet. Lesson number 3, when a brahmana comes you must give complete respect. वही lesson number 1 का extension है. So in the olden times people used to wash feet of the brahmana. Used to give so much respect because the brahmana had so much power that if you make him happy he can change your life fully. Yeah? So this is what happened with Bali Maharaj. He gave full respect to Vamanadev, Lord Vamanadev. And then he asked Lord Vamanadev that how can I serve you? And Vamanadev said, I am here to ask for भिक्षा. मैं तो ब्राह्मण हूँ, आप राजा हो, आपका काम देना, मेरा काम देना, मैं भिक्षा मांगने आया. And Bali Maharaj said, yes, I promise, जो चाहिए आपको दे दूंगा मैं. Immediately made a promise. And Vamanadev, बोलो क्या चाहिए? What do you want? And Vamanadev said, 3 पग जमीन. I just want 3 steps of land. And Bali Maharaj looked at आपका साइज देखो, 3 land, क्या what? I am such a powerful king. You ask for anything, ask for cows, ask for land, ask for jewelry, ask for anything. As far as you can see, all of this land belongs to me. जो चाहिए वो ले लो. ये क्या 3 पग जमीन मांग रहे हो? And then Lord Vamanadev says, Bali, you have everything, but you are still not satisfied. You still want to conquer and get this entire world, and that's why you are doing this. But I don't have anything. I just want 3 steps, and I think I'm going to be satisfied with those 3 steps. Lesson number 3 is, we need to learn to be satisfied with whatever we have. Otherwise, our endeavors will keep on going and going like Bali did, and at the end of it, Bali lost everything. Na? We will also lose everything. हमें भी जाना ही है, सब कुछ छूटना ही इधर, और ऊपर से ऋण लेके जाना वो अलग. Because you have not chanted properly, तो ऋण तो हुआ नहीं है. ऋण तो चुकता नहीं हुआ ना. So lesson number 3, we must not be proud of our possessions, and we must know that everything will be taken away someday. Okay. So Vamanadev explained it to Bali that Bali, I am happy with 3 steps. देगा कि नहीं? Bali said, yeah, I will give it. But Shukracharya was there, he was seeing everything, and then he said, Bali, साइड में आ जा, ये तेरा सब कुछ लेके जाएगा. He is not Vamanadev, he is Vishnu and he is from the side of demigods, he will destroy you. And Bali was thinking, and he said, but I have already promised. I have already verbally promised. Then Shukracharya tells him, he gives scriptural evidences. Promise break करने का clause number 1 है that if your life is in danger, you can break the promise. Clause number 2 है ये and then he explains certain points to Bali, and then Bali still thinks. He said no. Brahmana is there. I have given my promise. I don't want to take a step back. Even if he takes everything away, let him take it. And then Bali, he defies the order of his spiritual master. Now one should not defy the order of a spiritual master. जो गुरुदेव बोलते हैं वो करना ही चाहिए. नहीं करेंगे तो पाप लगता है. But अगर गुरुदेव गलत बोलते हैं तो then you must be able to find out कौन सच्चा गुरु है कौन नहीं है. हमारे जीवन में भी अलग अनेक गुरु आएंगे. ओके, वी नीड टू लर्न टू आइडेंटिफाई कौन सही गुरु है. सच्चा गुरु वही है जो आपको परफेक्ट बताएगा कि हु इज गॉड, हु आर यू, व्हाट इज योर रिलेशनशिप विद गॉड एंड हाउ टू एग्जिट आउट ऑफ दिस मटेरियल वर्ल्ड. अगर ये 4 क्वेश्चंस वो गुरु ने परफेक्ट आंसर किए, जिनका आंसर आप सबको पता है, देन यू कैन कॉल दैट पर्सन अ गुरु. अगर फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन का आंसर हु इज गॉड, अगर उसने इधर उधर घुमा के कुछ बोला, ये भी है, आप भी भगवान हो, मैं भी भगवान हूँ, तो डिस्क्वालीफाई पहले क्वेश्चन में. हाँ, देन यू नो दैट जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि से ये एक ही बचा सकता है. देन यू नीड टू क्लियरली आइडेंटिफाई. बलि महाराज हैड दिस थिंग दैट ही सेड इफ ही इज विष्णु वामनदेव हु इज द सुप्रीम पर्सनालिटी ऑफ गॉडहेड, then I need to make him happy no matter what has happened. Why should I go against him? So Bali Maharaj had a clear vision, and so that he said, no, I will not take a step back from my promise. Okay, and then somewhere I've read that then Vamanadev asked him to take a Prantapishtha, that you will give it to me and you will take water from that kamandalu pot and then you will do Achmanam and you will do. So Shukracharya also goes into that pot to prevent the water from coming out. And then Vamanadev then takes a straw stick and he puts it in that hole, and that's how Shukracharya's eyes also gets that thing. Anyway, so Shukracharya tries in various ways to stop Bali from going ahead, but Bali persists. And then he says, "Le lo 3 steps." And then Vamanadev takes the first step. He first expands himself. बहुत बड़े हो जाते हैं. So we have seen that diagram of our Brahmanda. So there are lower planetary systems, then there are middle planetary systems, then there are higher planetary systems, right? Lower planetary system में अतला सुतला ततला वो सब है. फिर middle में अर्थ प्लानिटरी है, and then ऊपर में स्वर्ग और वो सब कुछ है ना? स्वर्ग लोक है और उनके अनेक तपल लोक है और ब्रह्मा लोक है. Everything is there. So in the first step, Lord Vamanadev, he covers the entire lower and the middle planetary system. Then second step में he covers the upper planetary system also. जो ब्रह्मांड है, I'm not talking about Earth. Earth एक छोटा सा planet है, middle planetary system में कहीं खोया हुआ है. Okay, I'm talking about the entire ब्रह्मांड universe. So in 2 steps he covers the entire universe. Now remember when we were doing the Vedic cosmology, when we looked at the universe, there are 7 layers at the top. Earth, water, fire, ether, Panchamahabhut ke layers, and each layer had a distance between them. Each layer is 10 times the width of the previous layer. So for instance, you know, one layer is 40 billion miles. Can you imagine 40 billion miles? It's beyond our imagination. तो एक layer पर, तो जो लॉर्ड वामनदेव का जो है पग जो है, जो पैर है, वो ऐसे 7 लेयर्स को छेद के, अच्छा ब्रह्मांड के ऊपर क्या है? नहीं, वो तो स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड और ऊपर है, बीच में है ना एक विराट, एक वो एक कॉजल ओशन एक होता है. तो वहां से तो वो छेद कर देता है उसको. जिनका पैर है उनका नाखून वो उसको यूनिवर्स के ब्रह्मांड को थोड़ा सा होल गिरा देता है और वहाँ से वो कॉजल वो जो कॉजल पानी है वो अंदर आता है ब्रह्मांड में एंड दैट इज द उगम स्थान ऑफ गैंजेस। गंगा देवी वहाँ से पहली बार ब्रह्मांड में आती है। अभी धरती पे नहीं पहुँची, अभी ऊपर वाले लेवल्स पे है। धरती पे कभी कैसे है गंगा देवी वो स्टोरी कभी और सुनेंगे। भागीरथ जो है उन्होंने अनेक तपस्या करके वो लिखा है तो उनकी स्टोरी बहुत अच्छी है, वो विल सी सम टाइम एल्स। सो व्हेन वामनदेव कम्स, व्हेन द लॉर्ड कम्स ही डज वेरियस थिंग्स और उसमें गंगा देवी का भी आगमन ब्रह्मांड में हो गया। सो देन 2 स्टेप्स ले गए, एवरीथिंग इज कवर्ड। नाउ व्हाट बलि के रेंज में क्या था, वो ब्रह्मांड था, ही वाज द किंग ऑफ दैट ब्रह्मांड। देन ही लुक्स एट बलि एंड ही सेज 2 स्टेप्स में तो तेरा जो था वो मेरा हो गया। Whatever you had is all mine. Where should I keep the 3rd step? You don't have anything. And immediately when he hears you don't have anything, then Lord Vahan, who's Vishnu's Vahan? Garuda. Garuda immediately comes and he ties ropes to Bali Maharaj. उनको prisoner बना देता है because he is not able to satisfy the promise that he has given of 3 steps. So he is immediately made prisoner. अभी कुछ नहीं। Can you imagine 1 second before you had everything on earth and now and after that 1 second everything is taken away. आपका घर बार सब कुछ ले लिया। In that state also Bali Maharaj is very very calm and composed and this is happening. He is made a prisoner in front of his relatives, his all these army, everyone who is saluting him, उनके सामने prisoner बन गए बली महाराज। पूरा इज्जत का फालूदा हो गया। ऐसे बॉम्बे लैंग्वेज में बोलते हैं। कंप्लीटली जीरो कर दिया उनको। इन सच अ स्टेट इफ यू आर स्टिल एबल टू मेंटेन योर इक्विलिब्रियम, मेंटेन योर सैनिटी, दैट इज द लेसन वी हैव टू लर्न फ्रॉम बली महाराज। बली महाराज वेरी काम। नाउ हिज आर्मी दे सडनली स्टार्टेड टू ओके हम अटैक करेंगे। तो हिज आर्मी अटैक्ड लॉर्ड वामनदेव। Obviously, other Vamanadev also had his army, demigods. So they all came, they fought, and they were put to their places. Okay. So Bali Maharaj army also could not do anything. In this entire thing, Bali Maharaj की एक बहन है। क्या नाम है बली महाराज की बहन का? Does anyone know? बली महाराज की बहन है रत्नमाला। रत्नमाला, yes, रत्नमाला. When Vamanadev initially came as a small dwarf, when he was walking, Ratnamala was also seeing, because everyone was there in the यज्ञ ना, तो रत्नमाला भी देख रही कि इतना तेजस्वी बालक, काश मैं इस बालक की माँ होती, कि काश ये मेरे इसमें से इसने दूध पिया होता, कि इतना तेजस्वी बालक है, I am so happy कि he should have been my son. And then when Garuda puts the ropes around him and he ties Bali Maharaj, Ratnamala becomes furious. कि पहले तो सोचती थी ये मेरा होना चाहिए था, बट अभी मैं सोचती हूँ कि काश ये मेरा होता और मैं इसको जहर लगा के इसको दूध पिलाती, ऐसा वो सोचती है, उसको मार डालती. ओके, so she desires this one, and when you desire something the Lord reciprocates. You have to be very very careful. Lesson number 1, lesson number 4 or 5 is that we have to be careful with what we desire, especially intense desire when we speak something about the Lord or to the Lord. And the Lord actually fulfilled this desire. Ratnamala, in the next life, she became Putna. This Ratnamala became Putna. She had a desire to feed the Lord by poisoning. And then that is what was approved by the Lord. But the Lord also gave her the position of being a mother. वो भी भगवान ने उनकी इच्छा पूर्ण कर दी. So this Ratnamala became this. Okay. So anyway, Bali Maharaj then said, okay, 3rd step, Lord, I'm the only thing. This is the only thing I have left now. It is me. And then you take it. And then the Lord puts 3rd step on Bali Maharaj. That's it. So then complete surrender. So when someone does complete surrender to the Lord reciprocates equally. Ye yatha mam prapadyante. I reciprocate according to the surrender that you have. So the lesson that we learn here is, if we take time for Krishna for 5 minutes a day, the reciprocation may be equal. I mean, Krishna's 5 minutes is obviously more, but it is what it is. If you give your full life to Krishna, Krishna will also give completely to him. And we have so many examples. Sudama did not have anything. Krishna's friend. Sudama ने क्या किया फिर? He had to visit Krishna. Then what did he do? He took a loan of poha. And then with those poha he went to Krishna and he gave Krishna. And then Krishna in return what did he do? He massaged Sudama's feet. Sudama को पहले लेके आया, throne पे बिठाया, उसका पैर को धुलाया. Okay? Krishna himself did this. Because Sudama has given everything that he has. Everything. Can you imagine कि आपके पास कुछ भी पैसा नहीं है और आपको आपके फ्रेंड को लोन दे के देना है फिर से? Who will do it? No one will do it. है ना? So Sudama did that. So all also reciprocate. Similarly, Bali also did everything. ये तो कुछ नहीं मेरे पास. अभी जो करना है करो. I am surrendered to you. Okay? And so the Lord reciprocated to Bali. And he said कि Bali, I will give you a kingdom called Sutala. So towards the last में है ना, वो planetary systems का अगर आपके पास diagram है, तो last में Sutala planet आता है. That Sutala planet, Bali was made the king of that Sutala planet, and that Sutala planet was given to him. So he stays there. Bali Maharaj is still there in the Sutala planet as we speak. And then Prahlad, his grandfather, also went to Sutala planet to stay. And then the Lord said that he wanted to rule ना. तुम्हारा पहले तुम जो यज्ञ किया था, you wanted to become take Indra's position ना, वो तुमको देता हूँ ना मैं. Next Indra you will become. मनवंतरा चल रहा है अभी. After this मनवंतरा gets over, then demigods सारे change हो जाएंगे. पिछले क्लास में हमने देखा था. So this current मनवंतरा when it is over, and the next मनवंतरा, next Indra, current Indra is who? भूल गया नाम. I forgot the name. Current Indra का. Next, because Purandar. Yes. Indra is a position. Prime Minister is a position. Current Prime Minister is Narendra Modi. Indra is a position. Current Indra is Purandar. Next Indra is Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj को वो भी उन्होंने blessing दिया कि इंद्र चाहिए था ना, वो भी देता हूँ मैं. अभी फिलहाल इधर enjoy कर. And then the Lord also said, I will also be there with you as your doorkeeper. So Sutala में भगवान वामनदेव स्वयं वहाँ पे खड़े हैं to give his association to Bali. Such is the greatness of the Lord when he does something. So imagine the lessons that we learn. The Lord reciprocates so lovingly. भगवान लेके तो सब कुछ ले लेते हैं, बट वापस देंगे तो ऐसा देंगे कि आप उसको सोच ही नहीं पाओगे. So that is how the glories of Lord Vamanadev can be glorified. And so the Lord comes to glorify his devotees. In this case, the Lord came to glorify Bali. Okay, the Lord came to glorify Bali. And जैसे 3 steps भगवान ने बलि से मांगे, वैसे ही हमारे से भी भगवान तीन शब्द मांगते हैं. अपना हरे कृष्णा महामंत्र में 3 ही शब्द है, हरे कृष्णा एंड रामा. He is just asking, give me these 3 things. If we do this day and night, if we chant this japa day and night, then things will change for us. 100%. All our desires will be fulfilled. The way the Lord says. Okay. We will stop here. भगवान वामनदेव की जय, बलि महाराज की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय.